and welcome to Citation Needed, a podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts. Because this is the internet, and that's how it works now. I'm Heath, and with that... from the commercial, from the Super Bowl commercial. And for this discussion of elite football, I'm joined by a Pee Wee football veteran, a LARPer, a guy who avoids playing catch of anything by always carrying food in both hands at all times, and a guy who joined the practice squad and dressed for one game in high school in a desperate failed attempt to earn his father's love. Noah, Cecil, Tom, and Eli.
Yeah, no, my early love for being an asshole made me great at running away from much larger kids. So that was
Nice.
Hey, I catch food too. I catch hot dogs with my face like that meme girl.
Oh, nice. I'll remember that.
All right, Heath. Let he without a traveling ham cast the first stone. Okay?
Yes. and for the record, it was middle school, and I wouldn't have bothered if I'd known he was going to die so early.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
10 years of love is
Noted.
nothing.
I almost described it with the death, but I like you brought it in. You brought it in.
I
Perfect.
knew what you were setting up, baby. I'm right there
All
with you.
right. Noah, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomenon, or event are we going to be talking about today?
The Super Bowl.
Okay, so what is the Super Bowl?
It's a game that the Jaguars didn't want to play in anyway. Problem they had other shit going on this weekend. You know, like important fucking family shit with their families.
Their families. Sure. No, I get it. But you want to just try it one more time? Just the actual answer. I get it.
Okay, so the Super Bowl is the championship game for American football, which, because of the league's adherence to a conference system that hasn't really mattered since the mid-'70s, only occasionally features the two best teams in the sport. And it's so popular that 19 of the 20 most watched television broadcasts in American history were Super Bowls. And then there's the fucking last episode of MASH sitting there at 13 like a fucking penguin in a sauna. By the way, for those laboring under the delusion that the Super Bowl is the most watched television broadcast in the world, I would like to quickly remind you of the existence of cricket, China, and the thing the rest of the world calls football.
Okay, but I still think they're making up cricket to fuck with us, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Everything I learn about cricket feels like a lie that's being doubled down
Yes,
on, right?
exactly.
Yes, Eli, hard agree. I mean, an insect the size of a penny that can rub its legs together and make a sound as loud as 100 decibels.
Okay, that's
No
also
way.
bullshit.
Impressive.
Yeah,
You know what?
I'm with you.
Also-
I'm with you.
Cricket feels like it's just made up by kids along the way.
Right.
Yes.
Every rule.
Yep.
Jiminy.
So we're obviously talking about this today because
Jiminy.
this Sunday, to be inserted later. Anyway, so
Sorry, it needed the 3B. I know
No,
Tom
it
wasn't
did,
going to
it
do
did,
it.
yeah,
Out
so,
of politeness, Tom was not going to do the 3B, but it did need.
nope, it needed to be there.
Jimmy!
The 4 beat is always
4 beats too many, see?
Yeah. Anyway, so we're obviously talking about this today because this Sunday, the to be inserted later, will be taking on the to be inserted later in Super Bowl 60.
You coward. Just call it right now, you coward.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Call it.
All right. Well, it doesn't fucking matter. Is going to be losing to the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. But don't
Pats,
worry.
Rams.
You don't. Okay. You don't have to give a shit. Well, yeah, it's going to be the Pats, I guess, with Nick's out. But it's okay. You don't have to give. Can you guess when we recorded this, folks? But hey, so for all of you who I've completely lost, it's so fucked up that I have to do all of this right before my lead-in sentence of like, you know, hey, it's not going to be all about football nerd shit right after we just nerded out about football. So, but I'm not going to get as bad as we get when we're torturing Eli and Tom between records in this essay. Instead, we're mostly going to be talking about how the Super Bowl came to be and why it has such a stupid name.
Yeah, you hear that, Tom? It's not going to be boring. It's about entomology.
It is fun.
Jiminy
Fun
Cricket.
fact, a cricket's
Eli meant
chirps can be
etymology.
used as a sort of thermometer. The warmer it is, the faster they chirp. I love entomology, Eli. Also, etymology is good. Less cricket stuff, though.
Yeah, not as much cricket stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
can
okay.
tell because they're not chirping at all right now. So it's like
Right, yes.
really cold out.
The only
okay,
chirping is the chirping after my jokes. But oh, wait, hey.
Jiminy. So,
Got you guys. That was my soundboard for 2026, everybody. I used Noah takes a bunch of equipment out of my office now. It's a whole company trip, but it was worth it.
God.
No, you get one. That was your one. Okay, so our story begins in 1869 when a bunch of people at Rutgers and Princeton did a thing that looks nothing at all like American football, but is considered still the first American football game. In this game, there were 25 players on each side. The ball was round, and the only rule basically was that you couldn't carry the ball. So it was like soccer, except there was also ball punching and a much bigger emphasis on tackling. But much like a game of Calvin ball that Calvin's losing, the rules kept morphing until around 1906, you end up with at least a vague assemblage of what we now call American football or gridiron, or, as I will for the remainder of the episode with apologies to our international listeners, football.
Yeah, so soccer does have tackling too, but
Sure.
it usually leads to a player fake screaming in pain and then grabbing the wrong part of his body that never got touched and doing like
Yeah,
12 to 15 barrel rolls on the ground while the screaming happens. If I ever see 90 minutes, like a whole game of soccer without that, I'll call soccer whatever you want.
Yeah, in American football, we never admit when someone's injured. It's pretty cool.
Right? Thank you. You play through until you're murder-suicide. Exactly.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
But because the primary activity
True,
in
though.
football was hitting each other, the sport quickly caught on with Americans, and soon high school teams were popping up, and kids were playing in empty fields and sandlots, and grown men that wouldn't be allowed to hug for another 100 fucking years were using it to alleviate their desperate need to be touched by another man, you know?
What are you talking about? There's tons of photos of old-timey guys hugging their best friends, just arm around each other's waists, and just... Oh, never mind.
You remember that gay people
I
exist
did
again?
remember that gay people exist again. I'm so sorry.
Happens periodically. Now, but at this time, cities did have football teams sometimes, but it was just like all the guys in our city who like to play football, right?
Admittedly, that still sounds like what the Raiders do.
So, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So, but they would just play against, all the guys from some other city. Nothing about it was remotely professional. But inevitably, some people took these informal teams way too seriously.
Oh, feed that pickleball.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Eli said me at pickleball. I
He
can take
did.
it very
As
seriously.
in between coughs. But that leads to the first instance of a person getting paid to play this game in November of 1892. A dude named, and you can check the fucking Wikipedia article if you don't believe me, Pudge Heffelfinger
Phenomenal.
was paid
That's the best.
$500
That's
to.
the best.
That's the entire reason I'm doing this.
Which is
essay, man.
better,
I-
Pudge or Heiferfinger? Like, which is the better one?
Yeah,
Pudge?
yeah, right. You just can't
True.
even pick
Yes.
one.
Mr. Heffelfinger? I don't.
They like Pudge, Heffel, and Finger. All
That's
three.
all good.
Yeah.
It's
You
all
get good at throwing your body at other people's bodies so quickly when you're named.
Yes, right,
Pudge
right.
What do you
Heffelfinger.
do as a Heffelfinger? Like, does Professor help the situation at all?
Sure. And not if your first name's Pudge.
That's Mayor Heffelfinger to you.
So
Imagine you're in the hospital and Dr. Pudge Heffelfinger
yeah, right.
walks
You're
in.
like, no, I'll wait until it turns around in 18 hours, right?
Unless
You'll-
I'm in that
No.
weird genre of sex/medical comedies that the Brits did between like 1973 and 1975, I'm up and out. I'm walking
There you
home
go.
like Neil
Yeah.
Breen.
but old Pudge Heffelfinger, he was paid $500 to play a game for the Allegheny Athletics Association against the Pittsburgh Athletic Club. And I know that seems like a small amount of money, but I want to remind you, we're talking about 1892. That's over $17,000 in today's money.
Okay, yeah. So if that's a 3-hour game, he made about $5,700 an hour. That's pretty solid. But just a reminder, the New York Jets paid Aaron Rodgers $3.3 billion an hour in 2023 for his 40 seconds of total playing. So that's fun. Also, they probably had to pay for his Dolphin sex workers to rehab the knee injury after that, too. So it's a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, but there's an old lady now remembering her misbegotten youth, jerking off dolphins high on LSD, and feeling pretty vindicated by that joke.
Right?
Now, so
Yeah, should have stayed in it. So, okay.
Tom's mom.
She killed the Dolphins.
All right, so a few years later, that same Allegheny Athletics Association would go pro. By 1896, its entire roster consisted of paid players who would then go on to just presumably whip the ever-loving shit out of just the 11 biggest dads in Massapequa or whatever. But by the 19-teens, there were enough pro teams to form into an entire league. So in 1920, 14 teams got together and formed the American Professional Football Association, which would go on to change its name to the National Football League 2 years later.
Yeah, that was the first year they had someone on staff who could read. So that's when
right. No, it took a little while. Now, the official roster at this point, it looks like one of those memes where they'll like just, hand a Hungarian guy all the NFL logos and ask which teams they're from. So here's the 14 originals. They included the Akron Pros, the Buffalo All-Americans, the Canton Bulldogs, the Racine Cardinals, the Chicago Tigers, the Cleveland also Tigers. Fuck you, we had the name first.
Really?
Yep.
Raw.
The Columbus Panhandles. I want to remind you that Columbus is the dead center of a panhandleless state.
They just really enjoy that part of the pan.
I guess, yes. Right.
And begging. They also
Or
like
begging.
begging.
Could be begging, yeah. Yeah. We also have the Dayton Triangles, the Decatur Staleys, the Detroit Heralds, the Hammond Pros, the Muncie Flyers, the Rochester Jeffersons, and the Rock Island Independents.
The Dayton Triangle is like the Bermuda one, but it was J.D. Vance's state. So the only unexplained disappearances are couches and backbones.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and also Peter Thiel's ancestors bought him that too. So
Right, yeah.
That's about right.
So if you were paying attention, you might have noticed a couple things about that list. The first is that very few of them correspond with existing NFL teams. In fact, only 2 of the original teams survived. The Racine Cardinals are now in Arizona, and the Decatur Staleys moved to Chicago, where they became Cecil's beloved Chicago Bears. But the other thing you may have noticed is that all of those cities are pretty close together, right? It's all just the Midwest and New York. Hell, more than a third of those teams are in Ohio. So,
Gross.
yeah, right? Thank you.
Agree.
So, National Football League was aspirational at the time.
Wait till you hear who plays in the World Series, Noah. That's really
right. So, America again. Now, as you may have guessed, based on the fact that 12 of the original 14 teams went under, professional football wasn't doing great in the early days. Baseball was the most popular sport in the country by a margin that seemed impenetrable. And to the extent that people could be bothered to give a shit about football, they cared about college football. Pro football was viewed a lot like we might view fucking pro beer pong today, or the way that most people in the U.S. view esports.
Yeah, the college circuit for beer pong, it just has way more heart.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like more into it. Even with all the new NIL money.
No,
I think
you're
there's
right.
just more heart.
Because the booze still affects them, right? They're still drunk. Yeah. So, but suffice to say that in the early decades, even championship teams were usually losing money. Owning a football team was more of like a prestige hobby for millionaires than an investment.
yeah, okay. I wonder how pissed the owner of the Senators was when he found out he bought a hockey team.
Right? God, that's depressing. Okay, but somehow the league trudged on. Even through World War II, when so many players were drafted into the armed forces that teams had to combine rosters, creating unholy alliances like when the Steelers and Eagles played a season as the Steagles. That's real. Or
They
the following
called it
year,
the Steagles?
they called it the Steagles.
Did they redesign the uniform? Like, which one?
I don't know. Like, I
All
don't know
right,
if they had a
we're the pants, you're the
Steagle
shirts.
on the hammer.
Steagle
Iron
Man. Eagles or something.
Yeah, right. But then we
Look at
got
those
even
low
worse.
rates.
The following year. But so no, it got even worse the following year. Pittsburgh combined with the by then Chicago Cardinals for a team that would be listed in the papers as Card Pit and then unofficially referred to by everybody who liked the sport as the Carpets. But right, but then along came TV. Now, so the traditional wisdom goes something like this. Football is better on TV than baseball. Baseball is better on radio than football. So when TV took over from radio as the way that sports were most often consumed, football kind of naturally took over as the most popular sport. The truth is a lot more complicated than that. First of all, with early TV, you couldn't tell what the fuck was going on a football field, right? You couldn't pick out the action. Baseball was far easier to see and discern. And it even comes with built-in commercial breaks every inning because it's slow as fuck. But what actually happened is that baseball owners were scared shitless of TV. right? When they tried putting games on TV, ticket sales at the ballpark plummeted. And that's where the team owners made most of their money back then, so they resisted it. Football didn't look better on TV so much as it embraced TV sooner. It was also small enough at the advent of TV rights that the owners could be talked into a deal where every team got an equal share of the TV revenue, which was a way harder sell in Major League Baseball.
Okay, nobody watches it in person, but, and hear me out, gentlemen, what if they could not watch it at home?
Yeah, or at a bar. Yeah. So, but primarily because of the TV thing, pro football's popularity began to skyrocket through the 50s, and that meant that suddenly everybody wanted in. Bunch of cities wanted NFL teams because that used to come with a lot of prestige before they started giving away to cities like Jacksonville, Florida. But the existing team owners were really standoffish about expansion, right? Especially now that they had this fucking communist revenue sharing model going on with television, right? The more teams, the more that's going to be diluted. They were jealously protecting their brand, and no matter how many people came knocking, they kept saying no to adding more teams.
You hear that, Puerto Rico and Samoa? You just got to get on TV.
Yeah, get a TV deal. But of all the people who had to be told, I think that's
Guam, there's
implied.
nothing that you can do. I'm gonna
No, you're
I'm
never-
straight
never gonna
from my
happen.
heart. At
Never
you.
going to happen.
Wait, let me check the audio boom map to see if we have a single Guamish listener.
Wamish.
Guamamania?
So, of all the people that had to be told no on an expansion team, none had to be told no harder or more often than a persistent son of a Texas oil gazillionaire named Lamar Hunt. And when he couldn't get a new team, he tried to buy an existing team and move it to Dallas, where he wanted the team, right? So there was an obvious target at this point. The Chicago Cardinals were competing with the crosstown Chicago Bears, which were a way more popular team. And this was hurting both teams' bottom lines, which hurt the entire fucking league's bottom line because of the revenue sharing. So everybody wanted the Cardinals the fuck out of Chicago, except the Cardinals owner. So the NFL commissioner tells Hunt, he's like, hey, if you want a team in Dallas, you got to talk the Cardinals owner into selling to you.
And he cut the hat off a cardinal and he put it in the guy's bed.
And after that, they didn't hear a peep out of him.
I'll sell it to you, but it won't be cheap.
Oh,
Cheap.
All right, so Lamar Hunt flies out to Chicago. He puts the hard press on this owner, this guy named Bidwell, and Bidwell isn't willing to budge. But during the negotiations, he says something along the lines of, "I'll tell you the same thing I told those guys from Miami and New Orleans and Denver and Houston. No."
Okay, but then exactly 1 year later, the Cardinals moved to St. Louis, where they already had a baseball team called the St. Louis Cardinals. It was a pain in the ass for everybody.
Yeah. But okay, so Hunt leaves without what he wants, but on the way home, he gets to thinking, he's like, hey, if there are 6 different cities all trying to buy this one fucking team, there are enough desperate wannabe owners to start a whole different league. And among the copious notes he jotted down during the remainder of his flight home, the American Football League was born.
Right, because Dallas would never let an obnoxious oil tycoon from Arkansas be in charge of this football team. But AFL, it just might work. We'll see how it goes after the break.
Oh, hey, Eli. Hey, Heath. Did you,
See you step out of the time machine just now? Yeah, we
Yeah,
sure did.
yeah. What were you doing?
well, what do you think I was doing? I mean, I was, killing Hitler, of course.
Saying it weird.
So yeah, like probably going to be a bunch more Jews around now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what were you really doing, Cecil?
Okay, I was cooking dinner.
Seriously?
Sorry, I just really want to start eating better this year, and I mean, who has time to cook?
Well, Cecil, if you want to start eating better without spending all your time in the kitchen, you should try Factor.
What's Factor?
Factor is already made by chefs, designed by dietitians, and delivered to your door. You heat it for 2 minutes and eat.
2 minutes? I've got 2 minutes.
Everyone's got 2 minutes. And with 100 rotating meals every week, you'll always have something to choose from, like high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support meals, plus ready-to-eat salads.
But have you actually tried it?
I sure have. Factor sent us a box to try when they first became our sponsor. I love that they had vegan meals I could get ready in a flash. That's why I, Eli Bosnick, personally endorse Factor.
All right, guys, I'm sold. Where do I sign up?
Head to factormeals.com/citation50off and use the code citation50off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
All right, guys, thanks. Hey, how did you know I was making up the Hitler thing anyway?
It's a long story, and
We made up Hitler so no one wouldn't get mad at us one time.
You know what? Forget I asked.
Yep. Smart.
Hey, Steve, where are you going?
Oh, headed home.
Home?
Home, yeah, we're just about to watch the dragon fight.
Yeah, no, I saw. I'm not really a dragon fight guy.
What?
What do you mean you're not a dragon fight guy?
Did you not grow up with it?
No, I mean, I grew up with it. We all grew up with it. I'm just not a fan.
I don't understand.
I mean, I don't want to make this like a thing, but I don't like how many people get eaten by the dragon.
Seriously?
Well, okay, look,
Worst. Best
we
part.
have to admit, a lot of people get eaten by the dragon, so it kind of feels weird watching fight the dragon, right?
Look, Steve, I know a lot of people got eaten by the dragon in the past, but they're much more upfront about that in the dungeon now.
Yeah, and they've got that fireproof helmet.
Yeah. How many people wear that fireproof helmet?
So out of the 1,696
Mhm.
players, it's 20.
Well, that number seems small, doesn't it?
Look, Steve, people get hurt doing all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, it feels like you just don't like watching people fight dragons. That's what it seems like.
It does.
I also don't like that. And hey, while we're putting it out there, I don't like that the only people who fight the dragon are black. Okay? I think it's weird that all the dragon fighters are black.
But not all the dragon fighters are black.
Really? Which ones are white?
The ones that we don't let get hurt.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
headed out.
23 does seem like a low number, huh?
It's because it looks like a diaper.
Yeah, it does look like a diaper.
It's like you put the big heads code into NBA Jam.
Looks like a bobblehead.
Hey, podcast listener, I'm No Illusions.
And I'm Cecil Something Italian.
And we're cat guys, which means that we can tell you that the worst thing about having a cat
Is when they speak with the voices of your dead loved ones.
What? No, it's the litter box, man.
Not with my cats, it's not.
Okay, well, with my cats, it's the litter box, and that's why there's Boxy Pro. Boxy Pro keeps the box continuously odor-free infinitely. Just remember to scoop.
So no dump in the box?
No dump in the box. Plus, Boxy Pro's amazing clumping power makes scooping easier.
That's amazing. Have you actually tried it?
I sure have. Boxy Pro sent us some litter to try when they became a sponsor, and now they're the only brand of litter we use. That's why I, No Illusions, personally endorse Boxy Pro.
All right, no, I'm sold. Where do I sign up?
If you're tired of switching litters looking for the one, get Boxy at BOXIECAT.com. It's the last litter you'll switch to. Enjoy 30% off with the code CITATION at boxycat.com/citation. That's BOXIECAT.com/citation.
All right, Noah, thanks.
So I'm sorry, wait, the voices of your dead loved ones?
I think it's more of like a channeling thing.
Well, that's not better.
I didn't say it was better. I was just clarifying the process.
Got it.
And we're back. When we left off, Lamar Hunt was flying home from Chicago, and he wrote on a napkin, American Football League with hookers and blow. So there you go. What's next?
Well, eventually hookers and blow, but we're not going to get that far into the story. So to give you an idea how much more successful being a football team was by 1960, let me run down the names of the 8 original teams in the American Football League, see if any of them ring a bell. The Boston Patriots, Buffalo Bills, Dallas Texans, Denver Broncos, Houston Oilers, Los Angeles Chargers, New York Titans, and Oakland Raiders, which were very narrowly avoided being called the Oakland Seniors. So
Come on.
yes, yeah. Apparently the guy who owned them
Did they have
originally
any
called
pets?
everybody Senior. Right? Yeah, exactly. But it was so fucking good. So a couple of those teams have changed their names. A couple have moved cities. A couple have changed names and moved cities. One of them moved cities and then moved back. But all 8 of them are still playing football at a professional level.
Okay, not the original guys though, right? Because they'd be super
Yeah,
old.
no, they periodically change guys. Good question,
I would
Tom.
100% watch that.
Oh my God! Yes,
Fuck yeah.
yes,
Fuck
hip
yeah.
breaker football.
Would you 86
So they were trying to
year-olds?
get a team in Oakland, and they were like, I don't know, the Oakland Mexican guys?
So could we the guy who
seniors. We'll do seniors.
no, so the guy who owned the team, the guy who got the first the team originally, he just called everybody Senor. That was his like nickname for everybody. He wasn't Hispanic or anything. That's just what he called everybody.
I don't think
So
that makes it
Okay,
better.
I guess that's slightly better. Than
I
what
don't
I'm
know that
saying,
it is,
not a
but
lot.
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
We've said senior so many times, we're all going to be getting visited by ICE now.
Yeah,
Great.
right.
There you go.
Right.
Or perhaps me.
But so the
You guys forgot about me as a bit for a second, but I am here.
no, we didn't. Tom made a reference.
I am always here.
Blam.
Yeah, we're good. You can go away.
Yep.
Okay.
You're dead. It's canon.
Now, I should say that the survival of these teams was by no means guaranteed when they launched this league in 1960. When the NFL commissioner at the time, Pete Rozelle, first heard about this new league, he was outwardly cool but inwardly furious. So immediately they start everything they can to undercut the new league every way they can think of. And one of the ways is by expanding the league right into several of the cities that the AFL just announced teams in. They moved up their draft and held it in secret before the AFL draft. But the AFL owners, the AFL owners, so they had deep enough pockets that they could afford to shoulder some pretty heavy losses through the first few years. So they persisted.
Hey, we know you guys did a secret draft, but like that's nothing. The players can do whatever they want. You know, it's not like a military test, right?
All the players that want in and on the other league show up with bone spurs the first day. Sorry.
Well, it was so that they could start negotiating first, right? They didn't want the AFL to get to the players first. Yeah. So now, and beyond that, the NFL had more prestige than the newer league. So most of the players wanted to play there. But there were way more aspiring players than there were spots on NFL rosters. So the 8 teams in the AFL didn't have much trouble filling out their spaces, right? And since they could be just as competitive when it came to salaries, a lot of rookie prospects started eyeing the AFL. Now, this led to an insane program where the NFL would actually assign people to officially babysit college prospects for months leading up to the draft and try to box out any AFL scouts.
Just a bunch of NFL guys seeing the AFL scouts getting close and like unfurling feathers, doing aggressive dances.
Scouts of Paradise.
And like, just think about who's judging the dances, right? Like these are 22-year-old men with huge egos and a dozen concussions that they've like rubbed dirt in or whatever. Like, I'm surprised any of the recruiters lived for Noah to tell this tale about.
Oh, Tom, they would occasionally straight up kidnap these kids and just hold them in hotels and not let them leave. It's fucking nuts.
I'm surprised the kids didn't make them joust each other or something.
Right? Yes. Right, so, but despite the
God, I'd
NFL's
make them joust each other so hard.
right. But despite the NFL's aggressive maneuvering, the new league managed to take root, and the main reason was, once again, television. So the NFL had just signed this new deal with CBS that gave the league $28 million, a lot of money back then, for 2 years of exclusive coverage. NBC wanted in too, but they couldn't afford to spend $28 million on it. So instead, they offered about a little over half as much to the AFL. But here's the thing, though. The NFL was divvying their money up between 16 owners at that point. The AFL was only dividing it among 8.
Okay, this is exactly the kind of math that's going to get me kicked off this show one of these days. It's not crunch these numbers.
Now, of course, pretty much the instant the second league started, there was talk among sports writers and sports fans about who would win between the NFL's champion and the AFL's champion. Now, the answer for those first several years was definitely the fucking NFL. They had the better coaches and players, the more experienced ownership, the more sophisticated scouting departments. But that didn't actually mean they had the better product necessarily, right? Because two B-level football teams playing against each other can be every bit as thrilling as two A-level teams playing against each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more so if, as was the case here, the B League has like more innovative plays and is less inclined to just run the fucking ball 23 times in a row.
Yeah, best game of football I ever saw, and I was part of it. It was in 1991, Pearl River Middle School recess, fifth graders versus sixth graders. It was amazing. Except we lost 84 to 77.
You were in there till the end, though, buddy. You were in there till the end.
They scored at the bell. It was like they launched the play, and if the bell happens after the snap, that play counts. And every play is a touchdown in middle school.
You'll get him next time, Heath.
I might. I've been negotiating.
He's wandering around the middle school
fucking tackling the shit out of little kids.
It's like a fucking tiger in a cage just staring at these kids.
Fifth grade against 47th grade.
I was trying to get our fifth grade class together. I was trying to get the fifth grade class together to go to the reunion of the grade and challenge them.
Amazing.
All right, goes next time.
Saddest Facebook message ever. Hey, if you went to fifth grade for Heath, I'm not a rich man, but I'll give you so much money for that. Like, hey, why? Facebook DM.
All right, so okay, but here's the thing though. As popular as the sport was getting, the two parallel league thing, that wasn't sustainable. First of all, a couple of cities had competing franchises, which was bad for business. But more importantly, the two leagues had to outbid each other for potential star players. And if there's one thing that can unite two warring capitalists, it's the looming threat of labor rights. So less than a decade after the AFL played its first game, Rozelle starts laying the groundwork for a merger. Now, the negotiations behind this merger are a thing of legend. They were advised early on that they shouldn't announce that they're doing this in advance, lest every owner drop 30 different demands into the mix and kill it before it starts. So at first, it's just Lamar Hunt, the AFL's founder, dealing with a GM of an expansion team called the Dallas Cowboys that would later go on to be known for their inability to make it out of the first round of the playoffs. And yeah, that's a Jaguars fan talking shit to you. Come at me, damn boys.
Amazing.
More etymology.
Yep. and by the way, the Cowboys GM, speaking of etymology at least, the Cowboys GM at the time shares a name with the fucking cartoon version of himself in a parallel universe. The dude was literally called Tex Schramm.
Fun fact, Tex Schramm, also a great way to stop your dog from licking at the dead possum down by the creek. Tex Schramm.
Sorry, is this a legal contract between Tex Schramm and Pudge Heffel?
Yeah, that's right.
So
I feel like this could go badly somehow.
It's like a song a hobo sings while he's just dying of exposure.
All right, so as Hunt and Schramm are carrying on these top secret negotiations known only to Rozelle and a couple other NFL owners, the AFL decides to bring on a new commissioner, the famously bellicose Al Davis, owner of the Oakland Seniors. Sorry, it's catchier than I thought. Anyway, so until this point, the leagues had a sort of gentleman's agreement that they would compete for rookies, but once one league signed a player, that player was off limits. And about this time, one of the NFL teams was like, fuck that, and they signed away an AFL kicker. Now, that was read by Davis as an act of war and, knowing nothing at all about these ongoing merger negotiations, retaliated in kind.
Okay, it's crazy. It took 6 years for somebody to be like, hey, we have money. You want more money?
Well, see, they didn't want to open up that Pandora's box, right? Because then everybody would be asking for more. Now, of course, the end result of this all-out effort to sign away other teams' players hastened the need for a merger, though it did make everybody involved pissier throughout the process. Ultimately, though, they were able to hammer out a deal that would bring all 8 AFL franchises into the existing league. This was agreed to in 1966, but they wouldn't actually merge until 1970. That being said, the burning question on everybody's mind about who would win between the AFL and the NFL champions would be answered sooner because they agreed to start having those two teams face off immediately.
Tomorrow we marry, but tonight we battle.
Yes, exactly, actually.
Exciting.
How very American of them, yeah. So it was that at the end of the 1966 season, on January 15th of 1967, the first Super Bowl would be played, though it wouldn't be called that officially. Lamar Hunt came up with the name early on based on a toy called the Super Ball that his kids liked, but it was only used informally for the first year, mostly because Pete Rozelle fucking hated it. Hated it. And good on him. It's a stupid fucking name, and we only don't realize it now because we're used to it. But at the time, that would have been like calling it like the Nito Bowl or the Gee Whiz Bowl. Right? Or like a little bit more modern. It was like they decided to do it now and called it the Awesome Bowl. Right? So... But the first game was given the clunky moniker of the AFL-NFL World Championship game, which is admittedly even fucking worse than the Super Bowl. So the following year, they were calling it the Super Bowl and just forcing future football fans to forever remember how Roman numerals work.
Yeah, we're over 2,000 words in, and I'm no closer to understanding how or why it's any adjective at all. Bowl. Why is it a bowl? I don't.
So the stadium is bullshit.
Stadium looks like a bowl.
That's it. So they. So
That's
as
a boring
expected,
answer.
right? Yes,
It's a terrible
shitty.
We're having a
the
serious
answer.
discussion.
Imbecile.
You guys want me to stab him?
Admittedly, Tom is thinking about how to get how much
shoot you?
cereal he could get in there, though, right
Yeah.
now. That is what he's
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
Probably a
So
lot,
much
right?
Captain Crunch.
I feel like it's a lot.
So as expected, the first Super Bowl was a rout by the NFL team. The Green Bay Packers devastated
Boo.
Lamar Hunt's Kansas City Chiefs, formerly the Dallas Texans, 35-10. And they'd go on to win the second Super Bowl by an only slightly less embarrassing ass-kicking of 33-14 against the Seniors. It was so bad, in fact, that there was talk that in the next season of maybe revamping the playoff format so that two NFL teams could play each other. But then, in stepped Broadway Joe.
Biden?
Okay, all right, I double-checked this. Biden's actually 1 year older. So he's older than Namath, yeah.
Perfect.
Amazing.
So, okay.
Biden's actually a pretty good football player.
Yeah, no, that's what I was. I think I could take him now. But so
I bet he's scrappy still. He'd have that old man
And the
strength.
teetering probably makes him hard to tackle.
no, you're right. It should be nervous. Yeah. So, okay. Now, there have been, as of the time of this recording, 59 Super Bowls played, and there are differing opinions on which one was the best. Some would say it was the Giants' upset win over the up till then undefeated Patriots in Super Bowl 42. Others are fucking wrong, and they can go fuck themselves. But in many ways, the most important Super Bowl remains Super Bowl III, wherein Broadway Joe Namath guaranteed victory against the Baltimore Colts and then pulled it off in an admittedly not very interesting game. But it did establish that the two leagues at least were close enough to parity to field a competitive championship, and it established the Super Bowl as the most dominant sporting event in the country, a title it would retain at least through this recording.
All right. If you had to summarize what you've learned in one sentence, what would it be?
There's always next year.
I get it. And are you ready for the quiz?
On three, hut.
So
Let's go. Let's go.
That goes.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
all
go.
right.
Time to go.
All right, Noah.
Pour the cereal. Pour the cereal.
Cereal.
Switch to
Put a lot
Eli.
in there. Need a lot of milk.
No, please don't. God.
Sorry, the
All right,
flashback.
Noah. Professional football's path to glory is paved with the blood, sweat, and tears of high school kids across this great nation. Which two facts are true about high school football? A, the odds of getting a concussion playing high school football are around 20%.
Oh my God.
B, the odds of
Like
a high
playing one
school
game?
no, just playing
Over the
like-
career, yeah.
Yeah, over your career.
Over the career? Still feels high.
The odds of a high school player making it all the way to the NFL is around 0.02%.
Oh, wow.
C, may the odds be ever in your favor.
I'm going to go secret answer D. It all pales in comparison to the rate of catastrophic injuries among high school cheerleaders,
That's
for which there
also
isn't even the
devastating, yeah.
Powerball odds of a pro career.
It's a lot harder to murder suicide your family with the pom-poms, though. So we don't, press doesn't like to talk about it. All right, Noah, like the red-cheeked rube that you are, you neglected to mention the most important part of the Super Bowl, the commercials.
All right, so Eli, originally there was like 9 goddamn paragraphs on the commercial, and I had to cut it because there was just no way to talk about it with this without it getting
Understandable.
so bloated.
These star-studded million-dollar affairs have grown weirder and weirder, just like our fucking country. So which of the following is not a real Super Bowl commercial? A Planters Peanut commercial wherein Mr. Peanut, their mascot, dies in a car accident and is reborn as a child out of a flower like the predicted Antichrist. B, a TurboTax ad called RoboChild, where an android toddler expressed his desire to work for TurboTax, only to learn that he lacked the emotional complexity, which caused him to laugh in despair. Or C, a 2019 Burger King ad that was just a video of Andy Warhol eating a Whopper.
Yeah.
Or D, the 2012 Honda CR-V commercial starring vehicular manslaughter enthusiast Matthew Broderick titled Matthew's Day Off.
Oh my God. All right, so secret answer E. Anything that gave us the original Space Jam commercial was worth whatever price we paid for it, okay?
Oh, yeah, with Jordan and Bird.
Yeah.
All right, no. Which of the following is a real thing about Lamar Hunt? A, in addition to the AFL, he also founded Major League Soccer. B, Lamar and his 2 idiot brothers tried to corner the market on silver in the entire world in the late 1970s. C, by 1979, they owned about 2/3 of all the silver in the world. And their scheme spiked the price from about $10 an ounce to about $50 an ounce by early 1980. D, that was obviously fucking bad, so regulators just changed the rules. The prices went way down, and the Hunts had to pay margin calls, and they lost a huge amount of money.
Oh my God.
Or E, Lamar's second wife, Norma, was the only woman to attend every single Super Bowl from 1967 until her death in 2023.
All right. Well, with the proviso that it would be weird if some other lady went to all of them but stopped in 2023 when Norma died, I'm going to say it's secret answer F, all of the above.
That is correct. Well done.
I'm just here for Norma.
Okay. Noah, when they combine the team names again for another world war, what's the best combined team name? A, the Giant Jags. B, the Ram Boys. C, the Brown Packers. Or D, the Washing Balls.
Oh, the washing balls is
Washing
amazing.
balls.
It's D.
Sorry, it's the Brown Packers.
Oh, all right. Well, then, I guess Booty could throw for him. That'd be nice.
All right, Cecil, you stumped him, but you also said washing balls.
I said washing. Me and Tom both said washing balls too, though. So we also
It's going to be Eli because he didn't say Washing Balls. So.
That's my secret.
All right. Well, for Tom, Noah, Cecil, and Eli, I'm Heath. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week, and Eli will be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can listen to Cognitive Dissonance, The No Rogan Experience, Dear Old Dads, God Awful Movies, The Scathing Atheist, Skeptocrat, and D&D Minus. And if you'd like to join the ranks of our beloved patrons, you can make a per-episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, listen to past episodes, connect with us on social media, or take a look at the show notes, check out citationpod.com.
Which is why we at the Dragon Fighters League have partnered with FanDuel to the Death to build this brand new high school dragon fighting arena.
This doesn't feel better.
No, it doesn't, man. It sure doesn't.